Good morning. So today's video is a little comfy, cozy video. So there's going to be a lot of music, but then halfway through we're going to go through some witchy things. And the witchy things that we're going to go through in this video is how to make lustral water, which is a type of ritual purification water. And I don't really see videos on that, so I decided to make one. I always try to double check before I make a video to make sure no one else has talked about it yet, because sometimes people can explain things better than I can. I didn't find any, so I thought that was a little weird, so I decided to do that. So if you are a follower of any Hellenistic path or any Greek pantheon, or you just want something new to add to your practice, I would recommend watching this video, or at least skipping ahead to when I make the lustral water, because a lot of that is just me decorating in pajamas. Side note, this is the most human you'll see me look throughout the whole entire video, because I was in my pajamas, I didn't cut my bangs, and when my bangs are long, I look like a horse, and that I'm like, maybe 90 years old. I also didn't sleep much during this video, so I'm gonna look rough. But I decided to keep it honest and just show how I look normally when I'm decorating, so I'm not gonna get dressed up just to decorate. I'm only dressed up today because I'm going somewhere. Anyway, we're also gonna make my witchy floor wash. Now, I love making this floor wash because it smells so good and I love the properties that it brings into your home. So I also hope you enjoy making that as well. So you'll have 2 new witchy recipes to add in under your belt, while also watching me decorate for fall. I don't have a fancy apartment, but it's mine, and it's home, and I love it. So grab a drink, get cozy. Hopefully this inspires you to clean up your house maybe if you need to, because I know I definitely needed to. And sometimes it's hard to get motivation. I get motivation watching other people's clean, or if I know people are coming over to my house, then I clean. But I also love decorating. This is a very colorful fall aesthetic. There is a lot of orange, that's why I wore orange, and even my skirt has orange. So I know like the new thing in right now is like beiges and blues and like neutral colors. That's not me. So if that's your aesthetic, I'm sorry. I didn't decorate like that at all. This is in your face fall. So think tons of fall leaves hanging everywhere so it feels like you're walking through a fall forest. Lots of pumpkins, lots of candles and fall themes, branches, trees, things like that. So come get cozy with me as we decorate for fall and make some witchy recipes. get a little bit witchy right now. So behind me is where my crystal grid normally is, and the past few days it got destroyed way more than normal, and it's time to change my crystal grid anyway. So this has become like a catch-all. Like, I have a random thing right here of a Wikipedia spell deck that I got. I have Christmas antlers that I stick in my plants to hold up like the vines and everything for them, which I gotta put back or maybe change plant that I'm gonna put them in. All my crystals are moved around. One of my wands is just chilling here. So I'm gonna redo my crystal grid, and if you've seen one of my videos before where it was changing my Maiden crystal grid to my Samhain crystal grid, you see my process, how I clean the table, I put the black salt and all that stuff. But doing something that I've already showed you guys, I figured I would use a new cleansing method, and that's making Khernips or Lustral Water. Sorry, can you tell that like I'm in natural light without any makeup on and I barely slept? Oh my god, circle, bro, they're bad. Sometimes I feel bad for not being all dressed up to be on camera while I do random things, but like I'm not gonna do that in real life, so I don't want to lie in a video. So I'm sorry, I know it's not as aesthetically pleasing, but you know, if you're the same way as me, where you do everything kind of like in your pajamas, or depression hits hard and you're in the same clothes, I got you, I'm with you, I see you, cheers. But anyway, I'm going to make some lustral water to clean my glass table after I take everything off, and to clean a few of my countertops and random other bits, and then afterwards we're going to save that water. That way I can show you how to make some good harvest, good abundance, energy, protection, and love into your home, like a homemade pinesol recipe that I do. But first, I got to take everything off of this tabletop and my other tabletop, and the other tabletop is covered with bones and I don't know where I'm going to put them yet, so this may take a moment. All right, so now we're going to make some lustral water, or some Khernips water. And if you never heard of that before, don't feel bad. I realize that a lot of people who follow my channel, everyone's going to have a different type of practice. So this type of practice is more commonly found in like Greek and Hellenistic practices with those deities. So what lustral water is, or Khernips water is a type of holy water, a purification water that is made in a certain way. Now this water is used for cleansing. Normally people would wash their hands with it. This isn't for drinking like you would see with Cam water, which is the name of it, I believe, which you'll find in like a lot of Muslim practices and like in Saudi Arabia and things like that. This is just for purification and cleansing purposes. Sorry, I'm trying to tie my hair up and I am struggling so bad. Now, lustral water can be likened to a type of like holy water in a way. It was used in the temples to purify the space, to purify yourself, your hands, your face. And if you don't follow a Greek pantheon or any Hellenistic type pantheon or path or anything else like that, I'm going to show you two different ways that you can make it. I hate when I get no sleep because you can see it. You can see it hard. But the traditional way that you would make it is with clean spring water and a lit match and a pinch of salt. Other times you could take a sprig of laurel or an olive branch, depending, dip it in the water and then sprinkle it where you're going to put it, or you could also use pine. The other way that you can make it is with, again, water. You don't have to use clean spring water. You could use tap water, that's fine. In modern day traditions, we improvise, we prosper, we overcome. But you would use your water. You can again use a lit match. You could also burn a bay leaf. Also again, use a pinch of salt. And then you can add in other dry herbs too. So I think I'm going to actually use a little bit of mullein leaf, since we're going into fall and like getting closer to Samhain, because mullein leaf is also known as Hecate's torch. I'm actually think I might do a video on how to do the witches torches, the funeral rite torches, and the Hecate torches. I might do that if I could find find some good mullein around here. But for mullein leaf, it's used for protection against black magic, which I hate that term. I hate that term so much, but I'm reading it verbatim off of this. This is the little baggie that it came in. Curses and other negative energy used to keep away malevolent spirits and bring courage when kept on a person. So again, because of the symbolism of what mullein represents this time of year, I'm going to add that into my lustral water. You don't have to do this. This is just what I'm doing. And then I think I'm also going to add in some goldenrod too, again, just because of the seasons, and it's really good for divination and whatnot. But if you have allergies, I would not use goldenrod, like seasonal allergies. Again, it's coming on that time where I do a lot of divination and spirit work when the veil is thinner as we get closer to Samhain, because I also do it around May Day in Beltane. So I have my little pot that I use for all my witch's brew. I don't use a regular cauldron. I just use a regular stainless steel pot that's been through hell and back, but I'm also using a big pot because afterwards with the leftover water, I'm going to be making my homemade pinesol type of recipe. That way I could cleanse the floors with this as well. When you make your lustral water, there are certain prayers that if you want to say a prayer, I will put them up when I'm doing them. That way, if you wanted to recite a prayer, you can do that. If you want to make it like the kind of like traditional way, it's hard to tell like what it was exactly because it was so long ago. But if you want to add in more elements, such as just besides the water, salt, and burning match, which is the traditional way, if you wanted to add in bay leaves and dry herbs to it to represent the elements, you could do that too. And then I'll leave like a little prayer incantation that you could put over it. I did not make these. I did not write these. I normally only share spells that I personally write or really old folklore traditions. This is the case where it's an older tradition, so I'm just going to share it as is. But please feel free to adapt it and make it your own. You don't always want to follow everything by the books, depending. Certain things have side effects. I'm speaking from a mundane point of view, not even from a magical point of view. But for this, as long as you're not adding like sulfur or blue copal or something like that that is hazardous or dangerous, like if you just want to add in lavender and rosemary or angelica root or whorehound or something like that, you totally can, and it's not going to make a big difference. It's going to go with what your intention for it is. All right, I forgot I'm still decorating for fall, so I have no idea where I'm going to set this up. Might as well just do it on the table since I just cleaned all the salt off of it, right? So I let my floor wash simmer for about 30 minutes or so, and then I let it cool off. This is what it looks like when it's done. I know it doesn't look as pretty as when it first went in. It's hard to hold it up because there's water at the bottom. So, oh gosh, smells good. Oh, it smells so good. Also, you're probably wondering why I have so much jewelry on, even though I'm doing nothing. It's because I'm lazy, and instead of putting my random jewelry and trinkets that I find, I just put them on so I don't have to walk back for. I didn't get dressed up. I just feel lazy. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to strain all the herbs out of it. You don't have to. I just do it. You could either strain it and then put it like in your mopping bucket. You could also add in some Florida water, some St. Michael's water, some orange blossom water, some tobacco water, whatever you use for cleansing. You could add some of that in too. I'm just using mine as is. But since my cat is very good with things, unless there is a bowl of water, then she will investigate it or attack it. So I have to put any mopping solution I use in a spray bottle, spray it on the floor, and then mop it that way. Because otherwise, she will try and attack, knock over, or try and drink from whatever bowl has whatever liquid. So I'm going to be straining mine into a spray bottle, and I can't find my cheesecloth, so I have a splatter screen, so I never had to do it this way before, so we're going to find out together if this works.